Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio. We're your hosts, Jalen and Lamont McFerrin.
We are all in this
together. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we may also view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. The storm in its fury broke today, crushing hopes we cherish so dear. Clouds and storms will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust what our heart has to say. With gratitude, with love everywhere. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life.
Here we are,
Here we are.
the Mindflow Radio team.
Yep. Mindflow Radio.
She's Jalen.
And he's Monty.
Yep. And here we are, standing, trying to throw out some positive vibes out into the universe,
Yes. Agreed.
into our culture. How's that?
Yeah.
Positive energy out into the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody feels it a little bit. Whoa.
Did it go out for a second?
It's good now.
Okay. Technology. Grateful for it.
Yes, indeed. So you want to go over a mindfulness skill.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked me to think of one. And one thing I've been working on today, which I'd like to share, is optimal breathing. Optimal breathing, or 3-part breathing.
Okay.
Which I've used in like super crisis situations, and it's helped me to stay balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's proven its effectiveness
Mm-hmm.
for me, and it's something I just want to get back into. So I would love to talk about it a little
Awesome.
bit. Yeah.
Please.
Yep. And in 3-part breathing, what you're doing, it's optimal breathing because you're filling your lungs from the bottom to the top. So step 1 is your stomach expands slightly. So you're breathing in, and then your ribs expand all the way around, including your back, and then the top of your lungs expand. So 3 parts. Lungs expand, and then the lungs come together. The ribs come together, including the back. At the end of the exhalation, you pull your stomach in, squeezing out all the CO2. Inhalation, the stomach expands slightly, and the ribs expand all the way around. Upper lungs expand. Exhaling. Ribs come together, end of the exhalation, pulling the stomach in. And one reason I love this practice is you can do it anywhere, anytime. Nobody knows you're doing it, because you're just like, and all you're doing is like you're optimizing like the amount of oxygen you're getting into your system.
Mm-hmm.
You're, making the most, and you're getting rid of the CO2
Mm-hmm.
optimally.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a win. And then I think the end result of that is it builds your prana, or it builds your chi. So it makes you more vital. It's like, whoa.
So what's your definition
Stuff is a
of
win,
prana
man.
and
Prana, that's a good one. I would say it's our body's electricity. An actual something that science will discover someday.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I feel too.
Yeah, because when
It's
my
like a
prana
life
is going,
force.
then my hands can get hot, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is, and it really does. It feels really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it builds vitality. I was thinking today, okay, I could either do some optimal breathing, or I could stare at Facebook for a while. Guess what I chose?
Facebook.
You're right. It was a mistake.
Really?
Probably.
I thought you were gonna say you chose optimal breathing.
No. But I'm talking about it though. I want to try and do it as much as possible throughout the day.
How many times do you think you did it today?
Not that much. I started off strong. I just kind of faded.
Yeah.
But now I'm back into it. There we go. Now I feel better.
Yeah. No doubt.
I did take years ago, probably, 10 years ago, I just focused on doing this breathing for, 2 weeks straight, probably. And I did it for probably 51% of the day,
Mm-hmm.
For 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I thought I was just going to keep doing it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Then I just stopped. But I felt the reward of it, And the reason I got into it actually is I was like working this really tough job but going through this like really difficult divorce,
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing the breathing just purposefully. I was like, okay, I'm going to change my consciousness. And after like 3 minutes, I felt great.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going to keep going.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of willpower, but at the same time, it feels really good too.
It does. Well, it takes a lot of willpower not to. Well, you're right. It does take will. It takes what it takes is we have to remind ourselves.
Yeah.
So we have to
remember.
Yeah.
And be okay with that.
and be okay with forgetting it for a while
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Then you just go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And 3-part breathing, optimal breathing. It's just such a tremendous tip, and I've used it other times as well when I'm scared of heights and I had to go climb on a roof and help somebody put up his solar panels,
Mm-hmm.
But I was scared, man. It was tall. I was high.
Mm-hmm.
But on the ladder, I was just doing the breathing, and when I'm on the ground, I was doing the breathing, and I made it, and I'm on the roof, and I'm doing the breathing, and there were
Mhm.
moments of like feeling like chill on the roof, even, And
Nice.
so it's worked for me more more times than it hasn't. That's for sure. It's just a matter of doing
it. Right. Exactly. Just remembering to do it. That's actually the hardest part.
It is. Well, and getting the technique down too.
Yeah.
Really feeling those ribs expand all the way around. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Keeping
especially
the
bottom ribs.
All of them, man. I feel like too, if we don't work on expanding our ribs just would become rigid.
They do. The muscles around the muscles around the joints of the spine, where the spine and the ribs come together. All the little muscles in there can really, literally become rigid or atrophied. And tighten. Right. Just chronically tight.
And the muscles, the bones themselves could just become more rigid too,
they're not as flexible.
But if you keep moving them, it's maybe it's the fountain of youth.
Maybe.
We'll report back in 10 years.
Yeah, I think it is the fountain of youth. Pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah.
It's fountain of serenity, fountain of balance. One of them.
Yeah. Fountain of peace, or it could lead to peace.
And if you're doing that kind of breathing too, it kind of helps with posture, because you can't be all crumpled over and doing it. Your body wants to just the spine wants to elongate. The head wants to come up as you're filling your lungs, from the bottom to the top. Exhaling top to the bottom. End of the exhalation, pulling the stomach in, if that's comfortable. All right. Here we are. 2020, the year of clarity. The Great Awakening has ensued.
I know. So many people talked about it happening. People have been talking about 2020 for at least 2 years that I know of. And then all this happened. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So
here we are, creating a better culture. That's the thing, like you've said from the beginning, it's been this big pause in a lot of ways. And now it's reopening, and let's just try and go at it and find our dharma and create a better world.
Yeah.
One person at a time, let's work on ourselves and compassion for all people.
I feel that the part of the mindfulness tip you shared about optimal breathing is also just the remembering piece, and allowing yourself to remember continually, without resentment or being upset with yourself or feeling like you failed because you forgot, but to remember, now is your opportunity to walk out into the world and continually remember that something has shifted, no matter how much things may look the same, the culture.
Yeah.
Something very deep has shifted, and we don't really know what and or to what extent at this time. So we're still in such a fresh manifesting spot, like a fresh canvas.
Yeah.
But I just had a flash in my mind of the fresh canvas is actually like a painting that got primered over, so you can still kind of see that painting. And if you really want to, we could trace it and color it in the same way it was.
Wow, yeah.
But we could paint a new picture.
Something much more beautiful, perhaps.
And we have to remember, because it's easier to trace the line than it is to draw a whole new painting. So
well, and the whole new painting part takes creativity, insight, and vision. We need to have a vision of a new culture that's more in harmony with the earth, more in harmony with each other. And we actually could be more in harmony with our very selves. That's the first step.
I know. And that's what I was going to say. You said it really nicely. And we have to be in harmony with ourselves. We have to continually remember, oh, yeah, I've got this opportunity in front of me. And
remember,
I can look at it freshly and I can breathe properly. I can walk into this world with trust and courage. And
it's fun.
Yeah.
And you can go in, you can walk into Quick Trip doing this breathing and change the energy of the room. Subtly, perhaps, but it shifts.
Oh, yeah. And another thing that pops up in my mind is, when you start feeling anxious, which really is a very normal experience.
Yeah.
And that anxiety, it starts to crop up and you start breathing. It can make a really big difference.
All the difference, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And I notice when I get anxious, I'll tighten right at the base of my ribs and all around my belly. And for me to breathe deeply, I have to let some of that tension go because it's really tight. And I know that that's an experience that a lot of people with anxiety get, is that tightness. So if you breathe into the diaphragm, diaphragmatic breathing is really what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about more than that. I'm talking expanding the ribs too. I mean, in our culture, a lot of people are just work on like expanding and contracting their stomach.
Right.
But it's got to go beyond that.
Oh, yeah.
The ribs are key.
Yeah. The diaphragm is a muscle at the bottom of the rib cage, and it allows the bottom of the lungs to expand fully.
Oh, okay.
So if the diaphragm is tight and you're not fully breathing into it, you can't breathe into your lungs fully. Okay. So it's really just part of the optimal breathing you're talking about. But it's a very integral piece to proper optimal
to get it started.
Yeah.
It's like filling the bottom of the lungs.
Yeah. And so I like to picture it that I'm breathing into my low back, because I feel that a lot of people misunderstand the breathing into the belly. But if you breathe into your low back, that just changes the concept in your mind, because you're like, do what? Breathe into my back. And you really have to take that moment of presence, because it's like this new thing. So you're completely present and breathing into the back, and then you can expand all the ribs all the way to the top. Feels really good.
Does feel good. Thank you, universe. Something that feels really awesome and is great for you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's pretty awesome.
It is really awesome.
I think, if in a perfect world where we, had the perfect nutrition and the perfect exercise and the perfect communities, social interactions, we would all just be so happy. I mean, we all have to have some trouble to learn and grow, but I think that happiness would just be more of a baseline.
Yeah, we can get way happier than we are now as a culture.
Yeah.
Compassion for ourselves.
Yeah.
And others.
Yeah, compassion.
Boom, boom, boom. Open-mindedness, vision. Cars made out of hemp, plastic, perhaps.
That would be so cool. I would definitely sign up for that. Especially if it was like a minivan. Be like, oh yeah, I'm in. And electric, of course.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
are we doing a guided, like, musical thing?
We definitely could.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And breathing up through the spine, expanding the ribs from the bottom to the top, all around, all the way to the top of the head. And exhale. And as you exhale, lengthen your spine. Inhale down to the tailbone. Fill up like a vase. And exhale. Each breath, slowing down the breath a little bit more, stretching your exhale out, inhaling deeply. Let your shoulders relax, exhaling, lengthening the spine, lengthening the spine. Each breath a little bit slower and longer than the last. Breathing into the low back, allowing those low back muscles to be more relaxed. Allowing the bottom ribs in the back to expand as you breathe in. And exhaling. Feeling perceptive, opening your inner eye, sensing the energy flowing through every atom in your body. In every cell, you are energy, you are creative force. Breathing deeply and slowly. Imagining the energy flow from the bottom to the top with your breath, grounded as you inhale from the sits bones, through the spine, through the ribs, through the neck, through the head, to the top of the head, and exhale, grounding back down. Sensing this loop of energy from earth to earth. Bringing awareness to your mind, noticing the subtle shifts, the subtle calmness washing over you. And acknowledging the simple presence of being in this moment. A couple more deep, slow, mindful breaths, optimal breath. And if you can, just swing your spine side to side. Loosen up your neck, back in your shoulders. And then making slow, small circles with the top of your head. Not a big neck circle, just drawing a circle in the sky with the top of your head. Just loosening up those upper vertebrae of the neck. Preparing to go back into your day. A little more refreshed, a little more mindful, a little more present, a little more grateful for this breath and this breath. Accepting of the inhale and accepting of the exhale. All right, my friends. You've had a Mindflow moment. I hope you enjoyed that. I know we did.
Mm-hmm.
We really enjoy having mindful moments with people.
Yeah. For sure. Well, you go right into that Mindflow zone sometimes when you're...
I like it because then I'm doing it as well.
Oh,
It
yeah.
gives me a moment and then words come out.
Right. And the energy just like spreads.
Yeah. So thanks for playing with us. And we appreciate you out there. Share with your friends and your family. This is one of those immune booster type
Oh, yeah.
entertainment things you can do.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so don't keep it a secret. Tell your friends and loved
Mindflow
ones.
Radio.
Mindflow Radio. We're going to have some Mindflow Radio or Mindflow minis. This is a Mindflow mini.
A weekly podcast.
Yeah, and sometimes there's hour long and sometimes there's 30-minute long. And this is our first mini Mindflow. So thanks for being a part of it. And do you have any closing words?
Well, I'm just going to keep trying to work on my breathing. I'm trying, really feel my ribs expand. And I'm going to make sure I'm exhaling all the way and just lengthening my exhalation, but always staying in a place of relaxed strength. That's key.
Relaxed strength.
And we're all in this together.
Yeah. So love one another right now.
Energy is reality.
All right. Have a great week. Blessings, y'all. Thank you for your presence. You've been listening to Mindflow Radio. You can support Mindflow Radio on Patreon and get exclusive content access. Big gratitude to Lotus Head for their mindful music, keeping us in the flow. A shout out to our sponsors, Integrated Mindfulness Institute. Online, visit www.imi.earth. For ideas, questions, or comments, contact us by email, connect@imi.earth. Many blessings on our health and peaceful evolution. We are all in this together.